So today I wondered if there's any specific topic you would like to learn more about. You can also request that it be a healing if you prefer a healing today. I'm game for whatever you want to do.
I would like healing.
Is that good with everybody? Okay. That's what we'll do then. All right, Miss Sunflower. I'll start with a prayer. And I'm going to ask that we go around, and anybody else you want to receive a healing, you can add them in. So just say the people you want added in. I don't have to hear every name. It'll go to everybody. Say them out loud. Just jump right in there and say whoever you want to receive healing.
My sister, brother-in-law, family, friends, the world.
Okay.
My stepfather, Frank.
I'd say Betty and her family, Rocky and Zen, and my family and my neighbors.
Son Adrian.
My family.
Anyone else?
For the some people have included it in the chat who they would like.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. Yeah.
Mhm. Myself and my girlfriend Sandy.
Does your husband need some?
He always needs some. I should have asked first.
It felt like you needed to ask for him. There's also someone whose mother needs it. Anybody have a mother who needs healing?
Dennis and Kelly and their family, and Jay. Amy.
Do they have the babies, Joe?
Next week, they'll be delivered by cesarean. She's, I'm sure, very big, those little
Yes,
kids.
I'm sure she is. That's about the time you start saying, oh, they're never gonna come. I wish they would come.
Exactly. Well, with two of them, and she's a tiny person, but she's glad they're waiting until the cesarean rather than coming out early. So
All right, we'll get started with the prayer then. Divine Infinite Spirit, thank you for being with us, for being one with us, for flowing through us and all around us. We ask that we are clear, centered, grounded, balanced, aligned, connected, and filled with light, love, peace, and joy. We ask for the help of the ascended beings, the masters, the guides, the angels, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Ariel, Isiel, Metatron, Azrael, Sikiel, Sinshah, Zakia, the guides for everyone here, whose names I may not know, and some of whom I will know. Well, that crowded the room. And we ask that these beautiful souls, all those that I can see and all those mentioned, and I want to pray for Congress. Because we know that God's work is always being done. And we ask that the will of Spirit be worked throughout our government. Even if we don't understand how that's going to come about. We ask for peace in all our hearts, in all our minds, and that everyone treat each other with kindness and dignity and respect. And so it is. So there seem to be some messengers here. Quite a few of them. Is it okay if I take a moment from the healing to deliver some messages?
Sure.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
We all need to hang on to our hats because there is a whirlwind coming that's going to sweep clean a lot of what we've been experiencing as our reality. There will be much change coming. And most of it is good change. For many of you, this will hold true in your personal lives. And it will certainly hold true in places around the world. There will, of course, always be places that aren't experiencing what they believe to be a good change. But even sometimes the ones that aren't good are, or the ones we think aren't good are, because they paved the way for further change. So there has been a breaking down of institutions and ways of doing things so that something new and even more profound can be created. Deeper truths will be revealed. We've been living in our country and in much of the world in an explosion of the throat chakra. People voicing their opinions and sharing way too much information sometimes. Oh, that's really personal. I don't know if I want to know that. And this will continue for a while longer. And we will, though, be moving into an explosion of the brow chakra, where perceptions begin to change and shift, and insights are gained from all that has been spoken and revealed through this explosion of the throat chakra. So be prepared for these changes coming. And it's like a magic wand going over many of your heads and just, you too, you too, you get a little, you get a little, you get a lot. And it's beautiful as that happens. What's fairy dust coming down on you and making you blossom even more. And all of you are ready. All of you have spent the past few years preparing for this next stage of your life. And remember, it is a time of profound truth and observable insights. People going, aha, and knowing, having sudden perceptual shifts that help change the world even more. So there is good news to be had. And as I said, much of it will be profound, a shakeup of institutions leading to even better institutions. And those institutions aren't just like Congress or something like that, although that may happen too. There's also a change in ways of doing things that have been institutionalized or habitual for us or ceremonial for us, that will be changing. New protocols coming into existence that override things we've done in the past. And again, is the result of so many people speaking up. And there will be even more speaking up, and all of you should do it. You should join your voices to the masses. Don't sit on the sidelines, but join your voices to the masses. And that doesn't mean you have to march in the street with a sign or throw tomatoes at someone on stage or something like that. It means make yourself felt. Get out there and be your true self, the light that shines into the world that is you, and make that light known. Don't hide any part of yourself away where it can't be seen. Reveal yourself and use your talents and bring your skills out. And I'm being told that's probably the most important thing you can do, is use all your talents in furtherance of peace and love and the movement of spirit across the face of the earth. You are on the edge of the wave as leaders, and lead. Some of you don't necessarily think of yourselves as leaders in a movement, but you are, just by the fact that you get up and shine every day. When you do that, you help move that wave along. And this wave is the predecessor of it is the dawning of a new age, as they say. So ride the wave, be on a surf, get up there and surf on that wave and ride it all the way into the shore and carry those surfboards with something painted across them, like a banner when you get to the shore. And stick it in the sand and proclaim, I am here. We have come. And we insist on peace. Because you have a right to have it. And do it by bringing people together. Not disliking anyone's viewpoint, but listening and honoring and respecting what they have to say and loving them and continuing to shine and let your love be felt. I can't see the rest of that, Donna.
Alice had problems getting in through Zoom,
I see it now. I switched and now I can see it. Thank you.
so she's listening in on speakerphone.
She's included.
Yes, thanks.
All right. So in order to help you continue to prepare to be those leaders, to forge ahead as a warrior of truth and love, those are your weapons against hate. And it means you must bear no malice in your heart for anyone or anything. No resentment, no fear of anyone or anything, but a deeper understanding that everything we face is just another step up the ladder to our enlightenment. And just keep going up steps. Because you take the whole world with you when you go. So the energy is going out. There's some babies and children that it went to first. So who included babies and children? Yeah, there was more than one person. Good. And the energy is running out to those babies and children. And then it is also going to you, where there's still a developing inner child inside of you that hasn't found its freedom yet to laugh and play, to live long and prosper. And it wants to marry you as a child with you as an adult in a new way that puts a gleam back in your eye. and brings happiness to the fore, and lets you live with delight at everything you see and learn it all anew. You'll be like a baby, tasting everything and sticking your fingers into everything. And it'll be all new, like you never really saw it before. That's part of that new perspective that is coming to us. Delight. And so there is the healing of all that inhibits your delight in the world around you. We are ingrained with a self-preservation technique that makes us spend more time focusing on what might be bad than what might be good. But you've already survived, and there's nothing coming after you now, so delight in the rest of it. There's a lot of life left in us. So you might as well enjoy it and not waste energy bogged down in what might come. But know that you are even now being given the tools to reach into a stream of life force and manifest even your desires upon the earth, as long as they come from a pure heart and great clarity about what is needed in existence. Blow out. So giving you a magic wand to make things appear in your path simply because they're needed on the earth and serve the greater good. And give up your grief. It serves you no more. There's no point in grieving what might have been. That's part of the delighting in this moment. And so energy moves through and picks up grief like smoke and clears it. And there's so many different kinds of grief. Loss of children, loss of spouses, loss of other kinds of love, loss of parents, never having had a parent that you wanted. So many people feel like they didn't get the family they wanted. But you got the family you needed. You got the family that helped build you into that fabulous person you are today. Often giving you something to resist, to build your character. So every family is a blessing. And the change moves through you. It is deep in your remembrance and working to help you reach that shift in perspective that lifts you to the next level. So that you recognize you are not a light worker, but a light being. And that of all the light beings who exist, which is all of us, unite, we're an unstoppable force. Good. And we will help usher the earth through its portal. Go out. And it takes every tear that you have stored inside of your body and begins to squeeze it out of you. Stop storing up the tears. Let them out. And let all that crap you feel like you've experienced in life go through your root and land on the ground and be your fertilizer and grow. And the cosmic rays from the far corners of the universe, from each quadrant of the universe, there are cosmic rays beginning to enter into you. First into your aura, which ignites and sends a communication through the communication system of your aura, all those little chakras of connection. And they all rotate and pull even more of that cosmic energy in. And cause your solar monad to descend further into you. And pull the essence of the earth up you. As you continue with your inner marriage of spirit into matter, and pain releases from various places in your body, joints, heads, eyes, temples, jaws, teeth. Sinuses. And as the energy keeps coming in, all the minor chakra system of your body ignites like fire went through it. And in your subconscious mind, all the trailing out of your chakras and along behind you are these long thought forms or chains of thought forms that are your story. But your story needs to change. You've been telling yourself a sad tale for a very long time. And it's not all the truth. And so the chains you're dragging behind you, the thought form chains, they're breaking apart, and it's like having slave chains fall off of you. What a drag. Very hard to move forward, dragging all those chains. No wonder people think ghost shake chains because they're still dragging that stuff behind them. So it clears, continues to break apart everything that you don't need as part of your story. Because your story arc, you're here, this is your story now. You're here and you're good. You got it. And anything you need to know how to do, you've already learned it. And anything else you need to know how to do, you're connected to the whole universe and you will know it. You're rich. Glow. And you're full of knowledge. And that's your greatest power. That combined with your giving heart, because you only come to knowledge by mastering compassion. The clarity of heart allows your spirit mind and your everyday thinking to become one until you're only your higher self. There is no higher self. There's just you and all that knowledge. All that sense of well-being. Blow out. And there is a bath of your internal organs, increasing their usefulness and getting them to work better for you. Some of us have a few more years on those things than others of us do. And it's utilizing them, giving them youth due. And blow out. Continues to bathe internal organs, steadying your heartbeat, lowering or raising your blood pressure depending on need, pacing your heartbeat, giving your liver a tonic. It's getting its spring tonic. Some of you have a sluggish metabolism. It's working with that. And then there are quite a few with some joints that don't feel very well. Some osteoarthritis, some rheumatoid arthritis. It is working on that. In knees and hips and shoulders and elbows and hands and feet, ankles, spine. Few of you have some creaky lower backs. Blow out. And there are some who have some autoimmune disorders other than arthritis that have to do with intestines, with pancreas. One of two of you have some spleens that are larger than normal. And some seem to have some erosion in their esophaguses. Blow out. And with that release, there's also a release that has to do with anxiety levels. There are some of you that show your anxiety. And there are others who just kind of eat it and don't let it show. And this tends to affect the digestive tract. Blow out. We have some eustachian tubes that are clearing. Some lymph nodes up in the neck and under the arms that are receiving a lymph slapping those lymph nodes around so that they'll work a little bit better. Blow out. Who has the sick pet? Yeah, there's more than one of you that has a pet with some type of condition. So there's also energy being extended out to your pets. And then a spiraling energy that's coming from the right side and across you and over to the left side, all the way out, and then coming back all the way through you and back out to the right side again. And then down from the right and going across to your left. And another set of spirals coming from the left and across to the right. You're starting to look like a pinwheel. And then one right down through your middle. And the spirals are interacting with each other and releasing ancient information out of your core. So that you will have a new perspective on karma. Benefit and continue your shifting. Your growth, your change, your adaptation to a new way of being. Blow out. You will hear better, smell better, see better, more sharply, more clearly, think better, have better decision making, being more certain in your interactions with other people. and allow things to fall into place in your life as they should. Less struggle. Blow out. Rocky. And blow. Your brow chakra has an unfolding of pyramids in it. The way of the all-seeing eye. And each of you is being visited by some spirit animals. You can see their animal. Raise your hand. If you can't see it, let it touch you and feel its presence. It has gifts to impart. You may feel an electrical charge in your hands and feet. Part of the further awakening in your body, the coming to awareness within your body. Not having to go anywhere in meditation or up above your head or out from yourself in order to be fully aware. But being awake in your body. And fully alive. Using the power of your life force to move through life in love with life, in love with laughter, and bestowing goodness. Every step we take. Thus leaving a life that is so meaningful. That every moment is blessed. Because you know it is. So it's going to begin to let the tension out of your muscles. Some of you have it in your jaws, grit your teeth. And some of you have it in your shoulders. You pull your shoulders up towards your ears and walk around like this all the time. Some of you bend forward instead of standing up straight. This too is due to tense muscles. And the end result is the lower back that hurts. And legs that don't support you well. Often one hip that sits higher than the other. Blow out, all relaxing. It's also working, some people seem to have sounds in their head. And it seems like a sound, but it's not a sound. It's a bunch of nerves firing in your head that affect your part of your brain that interprets it as sound. And it's working on that. You think it's in your ears. It isn't. Blow out. And blow. Ross, do you have your hand up? Blow out. And then your brain and nervous system are being soothed and smoothed. Eased. And some more of those thought form chains hanging out the backs of your chakras are just dropping away. The less tense you are, the less you will hold on to them. Because the less tense you are, the less you are reacting to fear. And living a life of reacting to fear is one of the hardest ways to live. It's doing brain and nervous system repair. Any little strands throughout your neural system that look a little old or frayed. They've been used a lot for some of us, all of us. And it just soothes them and makes them look fresh and young, juicier, better able to send those electrical waves through. And with that, most of us have a release out of our brow chakra. From the front of it, from the back of it. You may have something run across your vision. That's all that neuroelectrical activity occurs. I saw lightning in my eyes. And quite a few of us don't have our heads on straight. Our atlas and axis don't sit quite right. And so our head either tilts a little bit, it goes forward a little bit. A lot of different ways that it's not quite sitting quite on our neck straight. And it makes us heavier. Like our head feels heavier when it's not properly balanced on this vertebra. So it's working on that. You may feel some stretching in your neck. And a recalibration in the way your joints fit together. And then your head will feel less heavy. And I feel the movement of vertebra all the way down your spine now. Little shifts and changes along the way. How many of you still feel the presence of your spirit animal? Or more than one of them? We all seem to be pretty surrounded by them. Dolphins and all. Yeah, and a hawk. I see some owls, I see some bears and some great big cats. Well, blow out. Now I want to sing Baby Shark. Blow out. So has someone been having trouble sleeping? Someone has. Okay. It's working on the sleep centers and being able to just lay down, relax, and go to sleep. And also working at it from the angle of adjusting your natural rhythms a little bit. Some people didn't have the regular daytime rhythm, so they get kind of out of sync with the way the rest of the world gets up and goes to bed. But that's not necessarily wrong. It's right for you. But it does feel like there's a little bit of room in there for adjusting. So they're going to make some adjustment to that. For a lot of you, it's just being able to cut off your thinking and shut your eyes and go to sleep. Yeah, and there's a lot of that too. People who fall asleep and then 3 hours later they're back awake and can't go back to sleep for a while. So it's working on all aspects of balancing the relationship with sleep, at least as it falls within your natural rhythms. I have an owl sitting on my shoulders. Blow out. And then it's working on your relationships with other people. A few of you have family members you don't trust. A few of you never feel loved enough. And some are lonely even when there are people around them. And there are a couple here to need to move into a new first circle of friends. Blow out. being able to know when to come and go in relationships. When to stay, when not to stay. And as it works on this, the second ray, the blue love wisdom ray, blossoms inside of everyone. We all turn blue. And we are infused. To the very depths of our being. With the understanding of the light source. The one within us. And the one that created us. Which begins to equalize our energy inside of us and outside of us. And those of us that have never felt big enough, and I'm not talking about how much you weigh, seem to grow. Not only seem to grow, do grow. Their feet get bigger. Your impact, your influence, more so, more than it has ever been. And all because you bring good to the world. And we are being sealed up. And all the healing is sealed into us so that we can never lose it. Do we have someone who would like to say the ending prayer? Michelle, are you up for that?
I'll be happy to. Are we ready? Divine Infinite Spirit, source of all that is, we give you thanks for flowing through us and all around us, for this beautiful miracle of healing. We give you thanks for the gifts that Wanda brings to each one of us, and the gifts that each one of us carry within. We ask that we be clear, centered, balanced, aligned, and grounded in this divine infinite love, always, and filled with peace. And we thank all the guides and guardians, the spirit animals who were here today, and all of those who are always with us with the highest and purest intention. And so it is. Namaste.
Thank you, Michelle. And thanks to each and every one of you for all the blessings that you are. You're the most beautiful people I know. Love you all.
Thanks so much, Wanda.
See you next
Wanda.
month.
Thank you, Wanda. Love you.
Thank you, Wanda.
Hi,
Love
everyone.
you.
Love
Thank
everyone.
you. Thank you. Love everyone. Thank you.
Buddy.
Bye.
Thank you, Wanda. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Wanda.
Thank you, everyone. Good to see you all.
Bye, my dears.
Bye.
Oh, we got to see Rocky and Zen.
How about that?
Yeah,
Both of them. It's your energy, Wanda. They want to.
they're beautiful.
Thank you. It's hard to say goodbye.
Yeah, hard for me too.
Well, this was wonderful.